good old iconic PS1 startup sound, designed to break any speaker in existence. Was my ringtone for probably over 12 months at points. It will come back one day. It will be on my phone again. I certainly know it. Now today I'm playing One from the PSX. Originally released in 97 and 98 for power regions. Got pretty bad reviews.
I made a mistake.
But that's one line that's forever etched in my mind with this game. Whenever I think of the game One, I think of this. I don't think of the bad jumping animation, the bad auto aim, the terrible story that doesn't actually go anywhere, apart from enabling you to go to random places, for no real apparent reason. Jump from a city to a canyon, no real need. Apart from the core concept of endless shooting. Here we go, we've got our protagonist just waking up for the morning. Lost an arm, you received this machine gun, and also receiving a good old rocket. So this video will basically be just a small let's play and a bit of a retrospective of the game One. So let's get into it. This is about the second thing I think of when I think of the game One, apart from the opening line. Simple helicopter chase, running down a relatively endless corridor. It's not overly interesting. The weird thing is I could imagine this being remade and ported to Android and iOS as an endless running game. You get health, run a simple direction, destroy everything when you see it. How the audio aim would need to be massively improved, but with that, I could definitely see it on there. I did like the concept of the health being also your firepower for your basic weapon. That was a neat little trend. Currently, one modern game that it does remind me of is Doom 2016. Where it forces you to push forward to attack and kill enemies rather than retreat and get health. It forces you to destroy, kill, collect health upon their death. Which this game's very much like that. If you don't kill, you don't destroy, more than likely your health's going to go down and you're going to fail and die. So this game was developed by Visual Concepts, which was, back in the day, this was one of their last action games that they produced. So then purchased from their publisher Sega by Take-Two Interactive. I'm pretty sure since then they've been the studio producing the NBA 2K games, or anyway the 2K series, and I don't think they've really done any other action games since then. Another thing I did find kind of ridiculous with the game is the shooting has less damage than doing melee attacks. Then we got the first stage boss, relatively simple. Keep shooting, dodge laser, keep shooting. The music of the game I didn't find too bad, but being that you're usually shooting non-stop the whole time, you don't really take too much notice of it. The majority of the time I'd almost want to turn it down, just ignore the audio, put on some music in the background, and go from there. Damn. Did kind of skip to the second stage. So far, no real further story development. You're escaping enemies or a military force that's attacking you. Still no idea why. Now, currently I'm playing this on an emulator on the computer with just default settings. It's about halfway through this level I do adjust it to being a higher resolution, which actually surprised me. The higher resolution, the models, the textures didn't look too bad. Back in the day I thought this was pretty amazing. It's like pre-Half-Life 2, the physics of those blocks dropping to a 12-year-old me was amazing. Nowadays, not so much. One game that seemed to come out around the very similar time as one was a game that featured Bruce Willis, which I believe, if I remember correctly, was called Apocalypse Now. Which that one, it almost had similar gameplay, really fast. That one was mainly a twin stick shooter, so one stick for shooting and aiming, one stick for moving. I believe back in the day that one did get better reviews. Also pretty sure it was a movie tie-in game where this was just a standalone action game. And as we can see on the screen right now, just received maximum health, or maximum rage. Get a nice shooting speed, take out most things. Too bad you lose it because the auto aim is absolute rubbish. On this level it's not too bad, but the later stages, I think it's actually the boss in this level. The final boss is just absolute shit. But back in the day, 12-year-old me, I remember purchasing this from my local video store. It was probably only out for about 3 months before it was available for purchase. But back then, you played what you had. That was about the first. It was about the first game I purchased with my own money. Purchased it, played the hell out of it, and yeah, somehow it's nostalgic to me, even though the game is mostly pretty terrible. Changed the graphics, but the auto aim is absolutely terrible. In the end, I ended up cheating on this one and just bloody entering the cheat and doing the level select and skip straight to stage 3. I don't know what it was on that level, but I reckon I had about 15 to 30 tries to do that stage. I'm not sure if I was just shooting incorrectly, but I do recall something along the lines of you having to jump off that spaceship at the correct time. But being I was either going to rage quit the whole game because of that level, or I could just skip it. I decided to skip it. So right now I have turned the textures up. Still running it at a reasonable rate on my machine. But with this game and the story, I have no idea how you've ended up from the city to what seems to be a canyon desert. All the while these guys are still chasing you down. There is a couple of new enemy types that I'm seeing in this level compared to the first two, but mostly you do just see the same enemies over and over and over again. I do like this little battle here. Relatively straightforward. Almost just give up and use melee. Everything in this game could just be melee. As you'll see down the bottom, I do a lot of quick saving, a lot of quick loading. All coming back to no idea how I finished it as a 12-year-old. So many deaths, so many pointless deaths in the later levels. Which I'll definitely be pointing them out when I get to them. This is one section of the desert level I did enjoy, when I timed it correctly. Yeah, back in the day, I thought the physics on that were brilliant. How far technology has come. Yeah, two things that could have definitely improved this game. They could have almost made the primary weapon shooting just to be a toggle switch, considering you just spam it the whole game. There's no point taking your finger off it. And the other thing they could have done a hell of a lot better was having a lock-on system. They have a strafing system, but they don't have a lock-on system. But right now I could have just been looking at this chopper, press L1, R1 to lock on, and just run, and he can just automatically keep firing at that single target. We'll skip the fun of that to continue on, and falling to my death. Even with just a simple camera angle changes as you jump, completely mistime your jumps, completely screw you up. So right now, the homing missile launcher. One very fun weapon, very easy weapon. Still has pretty bad auto aim. Yeah, this is one fun part of the game. Relatively easy and obvious what you need to do. Stop them passing you, kill everyone. Bit of an on-rail shooter. And of course, auto aim, auto aim, auto aim. Do you think you must have a relatively tough arm to be hanging on this whole time? This was another boss battle I definitely enjoyed. Taking out the helicopters. And a neat little camera switch from the perspective of the enemy. This game does have pockets of good design, but they're just too few and far between to make it worthwhile playing the whole game, that's for sure. As I said, this one here was a nostalgic trip. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be back here playing it again. Yeah, once you've managed to make him hit here, enough to crack the shell off it, you get to work destroying the support beams, and away it goes.
Stage complete.
And between levels, no cutscene, no further story, just keep pushing forward for the sake of pushing forward. This level definitely felt like a filler level. We're essentially going down some train tracks to fight a mutant that you've never ever seen before. Another section of on-rail shooting with absolutely terrible auto aim. And then this is one boss that I never knew how he fitted in. He's a massive mutant with a claw, like blades on his arms. Why is he here? What's he doing here? Why is he trying to kill me? Too many questions, not enough answers. Granted, this boss is just a simple, you can tell what you need to do, relatively straightforward, but it's just bland. The character model's cool, but the actual gameplay of what I need to do here is bland.
Failure in mechanized defense system. Oceanic transit system active. Stage complete.
Stage complete music, top notch. No complaints on that. Brilliant.
Activated. Missile launcher. Homing missile launcher. Flamethrower. Pulse laser cannon. Core detonation in T-20 seconds. Core detonation.
Now enters one of the worst levels in the game. Timed platform jumping, where your character feels ridiculous in speed. Ridiculous in speed, and the camera flicks and changes, which affects the trajectory of your landing. What a great idea. The raw concept's cool. Get through the level, get to the checkpoints, destroy the checkpoints, keep moving. But without quick save, quick loads, I would have barely gotten past the first quarter of this level. Probably not even a quarter.
Core detonation in T-20 seconds. Bonus life. Core detonation in T-20 seconds. Core detonation in T-20. Detonation in T-20 seconds.
Then the platforming gets even worse. The time sections of this I do enjoy.
4 detonation.
A certain amount of time we get to the next section, go.
20 seconds.
But then we get to here, which just progressively gets worse. Doesn't help that your character's basically like a kid at a party, hyped up on sugar. Moves around at a ridiculous rate, or at least for this style of platforming. Like the time in the jump to those sections just keeps getting worse.
4 detonation.
If it wasn't for the help of the old quick save, quick load, I would be screwed.
4 detonation in T-minus 10.
Later on in the level, you end up getting on a box, you can just move around yourself.
T-minus.
Got to hunt out the checkpoints as you work your way through this blank section. As you see, auto aim, nah. I didn't mind this one. Don't know why this level reminds me of the movie Cube. I think it came out at around the similar time frame. Late 90s, early 2000s. Definitely enjoyed that movie. Enjoyed that more than the game. Or at least this game. Never knew if there was actually a Cube game. We'll look that up later. Brings on the hatred of this game. Nearly fell off the cliff. Fighting a boss at the end. Nearly fell off. The camera changed at the last second. Completely changed the direction I was running. Did find the method to combat this. Walk dead straight, stop, wait for the camera to move. Even just then, as the camera rotated, you saw my guy, the protagonist, look to the left. That was the camera angle that caused that to happen. But yeah, this boss is very simple. Just keep climbing. Try not to die.
Stage complete.
Yep, killed a giant mechanical spider. No idea what it's doing. No idea why it's here. No idea why I'm here. Just killing a random giant mechanical spider. It's like Ghost in the Shell all over again.
It's clear now.
No, it's not. It's not clear.
They will pay.
Who will pay? Why am I underwater?
Detected.
How did I get here?
Personnel
The game just keeps throwing more and more questions. Yeah, at this point in the game, by the time reaching level 6, gave up full cheats, well, nearly full cheats, all weapons.
Exploding shell cannon.
Had enough, want it over with. Back in the day, I completely forgot nowadays completely forgot about that octopus smashing the glass. The good old jaw scene right now. Yeah, small, good little concepts
Missile
in an
launcher.
overall very flawed game.
Launcher. Flamethrower. Pulse laser cannon. Exploding shell cannon.
And there's our shark friend. It always left me confused. Why is his karate so good at swatting octopuses off the glass? And why are they shooting at electricity? The game just, yeah, so many things you just got to accept. Granted, that just makes it like another action movie. So once we finally got rid of our octopus glass humping friends, we do have a couple of downward spiraling platforms, which if you mistime the jump, you're dead. If you jump and still gonna land on a platform, sometimes the game just decides you've jumped too far and you're gonna die anyway, which is extremely disappointing at times. Like right there. No. Well, granted I was gonna die there. But there is particular jumps where you can see he's about half a foot down for another platform. Death. After dying the same way a couple of times, it's probably best to go a different direction. Nope, don't go that way. Yeah, handy, there's a lift halfway down. Not attached by nothing. No real reason to be here. As you see, I've definitely given up. I'm just going to use that flamethrower the whole game. Insta-kill nearly everybody. Fast forward a bit more. And here we have the final boss. Never knew what this guy looked more like. Looks like a duck with robotic arms, but some form of insect as well. I guess he's just trying to help me. He's just trying to kill me. And my suffering of this game. He knows I'm not going to get an answer. The ending's going to be terrible. Might as well just end it here, buddy. One thing I do find cool and questionable. Why has he got a health bar? Or why has he got the same health bar as me? That's something that I never really understood. Cool for the sake of cool. Then my evil foe was now defeated. Don't know why he exploded. Don't know where he gone. Stage 6. 6 levels. I think if I bought this game at full price, rather than the video store that I purchased it from, I would have been pissed. Run, boy, run! Basically got Rapture underwater here. Bioshock will be put to shame. Still got my character model, or my gun model spinning around there. No idea.
This will either be my first log or my last. Don't know yet, but I'll have to assume it's my last. After everything, I've destroyed what I believe to be the source of this madness. I doubt the facility will survive the blast. I can only hope that the ship dies with it. My memory is real sketchy, but I'm slowly piecing it back together. Voices keep calling to me. I've got to go find her. Now, John King, out.
Come on, John. Who you finding? What the fuck you been doing this whole game? So that's it. That's one on the PSX. Very few entertaining scenes. Purely a nostalgic trip for me. I think rather than playing it again, I'm just going to skip through this video in the future. Find a couple of scenes that I enjoy, then close it back down. Anyway, I hope this brought back some memories for you. And I'll probably go back to my normal videos after this one. Anyway, catch ya.